Eric. Welcome to Daily Conversations. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 23rd of June, 2021, and the time now is 16 a.m. Well, today our topic is what are some general beliefs most people have about life that you find unbelievable? So before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Okay, firstly, I would like to ask you whether my voice is okay and is there any connection?
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, back connection.
Oh, okay, yeah, because today I am using my phone network. So,
Yeah, just one sentence only.
oh,
Mm.
yeah. So please let me know if there is any bad connection later.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, for this one I have prepared one, two, three, four things to talk about.
Wow, so many.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I looked at this topic. Very difficult to find.
Um,
Because this is the general belief most people have about life, right? About life.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So
But never mind. If you want to talk something that is not about life, that's also okay. Mm.
yeah. Actually, that's true that at first I also find it very difficult to find things to talk about. Then so after I came out with something to talk about, I also um be skeptical about whether the things that I am going to talk about later is related to beliefs about life.
Mm.
Yeah. So okay, so never mind. I just talk about that. Uh, Firstly is we are better than the average. Yeah, for this one, I think previously we had a topic. Um, I remember that you asked me whether I think I am better than the average driver.
Mm.
Yeah, so at that time I thought I was. Yeah, but if we really think about this question, and we will find that many people, and most of the people will think they are better than the average. So if in that case, who is the average, and then who is below average? Yeah,
Mm.
so um, for this one, I think it can be it is not only one aspect, whether we are better than the average driver. It can be anything in our life.
Mm.
And uh, one recent example of mine is that I thought I am doing exercise. I was doing exercise enough, and then I have a good stamina. I have a good body, and only after a few weeks ago, I play basketball with my brother, and then at that time I was really out of breath. Yeah, with playing basketball. And I know that my brother plays basketball almost every day. Yeah, he is really, um, I, yeah, it's not, I want to say that, he really has formed a habit to play basketball. So, unless it is a rainy day, um, I will know him, I will see him play basketball at 6 o'clock. Yeah, so it's almost every day.
Mm.
So that for this one, I think maybe in many aspects we will have these expectations. So I think this is not a good thing. And then for many things also we need to aware of it, and um, come up with a solution, maybe also take action from a habit, if we really want to be better than the average.
Mm.
Yeah, so for example, if we want to live more healthily than the average, then we may need to know uh, a lot of knowledge. Yeah, not a lot of yeah, but we need to know some knowledge, and then we need to come up with a solution and then take action, and continue to do it like a habit.
Mm.
Yeah, so this is the first one. And then the second one is that the second one I think is not related to life. Um, is about uh, it is a belief that investment in stock is as risky as gambling and can make us bankrupt. Yeah,
Mm.
for, I'm not sure for most of the people, but at least for me and many people, uh, also including my families. Yeah, investment. Previously, I thought investment is very risky, and um, yeah, kind of it can make us not only lose all the money and also can make us bankruptcy. So
Mm.
um, after after having some knowledge about investment, even a little, if we really started to try to do it, and then we will find that we won't get bankrupt. Yeah, the
Mm.
most is losing all the money. Yeah, and
Mm.
uh, the of course we have the some bad consequences if we didn't manage it well. Like if you use all your money to put into investment, yeah, that could be risky. And if anything happen, maybe you won't have spare money to use
Mm.
at that particular moment. Yeah, so I think this is the second one.
Yeah, I think the second one, this is about life. I would
Oh,
say this is about life because nowadays everyone need to do investment.
mm,
Mm.
yeah, okay, right. So and the next one is we tend to be worried about taking flight more than driving a car. Yeah, but this one also
Tend
uh
to be what?
uh w-
Tend
worry
to be
about,
worrying
yeah, yeah, we tend to be
about.
worried more about taking flight,
Okay.
yeah, than driving a car. Yeah, this one also we mentioned it, right? I think
Mm.
is long ago. It's like a few weeks or few months ago. Yep. And then yeah, this one is short, and that is not realistic, and we should look at the probability of
Mm.
uh, the occurrence.
Mm.
Yep. And then the last one is that uh, we we tend to believe that um, uh, bad habits can be broken by using our willpower.
Mm.
Um, yeah, for this one, I think um, I find that this is not that correct after I read the book Atomic Habit.
Mm.
Um, uh, yeah, previously I really think that habit, if we want to make, if we want to break a particular habit, we need to have a lot of willpower, and then continue to do it until one day it will become a habit. But it is not as easy as I thought. Um, yeah, and many of the time, willpower is applied, but it's not the main thing to sustain our long-term action to do a thing or not to do a thing for a long time. So yeah, so I think this is also uh, a wrong belief of mine, and I think many of the people will still think bad habit is uh, uh, if you want to break a bad habit, and then willpower is the key.
And not only bad habits,
Mm,
also it's about the good habits. Some people think if they have enough willpower, they can form a good habit and then
mm,
they can change their life. But this is not the case.
yeah, yeah. And maybe they will have some cases like if someone need to break a bad habit, need to, for example, to quit smoking, maybe he managed to not to smoke for, let's say, for a month, and then after that he fell, and then he uh, take up smoking again, and maybe for that person they will he will think he nearly break the habit, but actually he didn't, right? It is
Mm.
just
It's a
uh
wrong concept. It's a
yeah,
wrong direction.
right, yeah, it's the something like use he has used out of his willpower.
Yeah. And one additional thing about the habit, don't forget about the identity-based approaches. Mm.
Yeah.
This is something that many people didn't aware, and and minority of people know about this, but they tend to ignore this fact, and they
Mm,
tend to forget. Mm.
yeah, yeah, right. So these are the things that I would like to talk about today.
Mm. Yeah. The first one I want to talk about. Uh, okay. Let me think whether I should change the order because there are 2 points is related. Uh, okay. Okay. The first one is about the talent.
Okay.
What does this mean? Many people think that in order to success, they need to be talented. And if they are not talented, they are highly unlikely to be
Mm,
successful. Mm.
yeah.
And for example, when you see somebody get a good result in academic, then you say, wow, they are
Mm,
talented, they are gifted. And you see somebody good at playing basketball, you also say, wow, they are talented, they are gifted. Or you say, or you see other things. For example, playing chess, maybe like investing,
mm,
trading, or maybe some other, for example, like work, mm, or maybe like cooking,
mm,
anything you can list, anything you can think. Yeah,
yeah.
all the people will have the same belief, which is the thing you, which is I think their belief is you need to be talented so that you can be successful.
Mm,
Mm. And this is one of the general beliefs most people have about life, but I
yeah.
find it unbelievable. Mm.
Mm,
Because for me, I came last in primary school, in secondary school, a few times,
yeah.
uh, and I almost failed my my UPSR.
Mm,
The feel here means you feel the Bahasa Melayu, which is the Malay language, because in Malaysia, if you feel this subject and you need to like stay stay at a grade and then spend 1 more year to study, so that
mm,
so that your your study part were slower than other people 1 year.
Mm.
And we think this is a failure. Yeah. And then I almost failed the Malay language, and I also failed English language. Yeah, I did fail English language in UPSR. Yeah, I get a D. And then BM get I think it gets C. Yeah, it's just about pass. Just about pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before the final result comes out, and then I go to my tuition center. The tuition teachers help us to calculate our mark, how many marks we get, and because I still remember the answer for all the questions that I answer in the exam.
Yeah.
And then after the calculation, I found that I only get 15 out of 40. So 15 out of 40, that means less than 40 marks. In Malaysia, you need to get 40 marks in order to pass the exam. But I feel that in the calculation. But at the end, so luckily I passed the final exam. I'm not sure what is the factor there. And yeah, this is the first indicator that I may not be a good learner. And then in secondary school, I also have few times that I came last in the class. Yeah. And this is in Form 2 because at that time I addicted into computer online games, and I came last. I didn't spend a lot of time in studying. And then one of my favorite subject actually is mathematics. And then after a few months, I realized that, oh my God, I can't understand some mathematic concept, some mathematic questions. This is about the I'm not sure. I forget about topic. Yeah, it seems like it's the 微积分. I'm not sure whether this is integral or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Chinese it's called 微积分. Yeah, and then this is also the first sign. Yeah, that I feel that I actually I actually lose my edge. Even this is my favorite subject. Even this is the subject that I usually can get a good result. I start to cannot understand, cannot catch the progress. Yeah. And then how about in PMR? I feel sejarah.
Yeah.
Not PMR. I mean the trial exam of PMR, which is the trial exam in Form 3. The midterms in your whole secondary school we call PMR.
Yeah.
And then I feel sejarah. The sejarah here is history, and I feel that in trial exam. But how about the real PMR exams? I get A. And this is the first time I feel that, yeah, I actually can use my hard work to overcome this this disadvantage or this weakness.
Yeah.
I turn my disadvantage become my advantage just within few months. And to bear in mind that the exam in PMR, the question in PMR contains the syllabus from Form 1 to Form 3. So it's 3 years. contain 3-year syllabus. Yeah. Yeah,
And
not
also,
just 1 year.
What? Use Malay language to answer, right?
Yeah, use Malay language. Yeah, and using the language that I not, that I used to, that I used to feel in the exam. Yeah. Okay, and many people think that if they fail in trial exams, it's really hard to catch up the progress anymore. Yeah, because how can you learn all the things within few months?
Yeah.
But not only did that, but I get A. Yeah, just use few months and then to study 3-year syllabus, and then I get A.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's possible.
Mm.
And then I didn't sacrifice the academic result of other subjects. Yeah, other subjects also did quite well. Yeah, and this is about the PMR, and this is the first time I know that. Yeah, actually, there is no something called talented, or there is no something called gifted. And I start to enjoy the feeling of learning. Because when I tell other people I get A, other people were very, very surprised. Yeah, they'll feel shocked. Wow, how can you get A? Yeah, like this. And then I tell them, oh, I actually failed the exam in trial exam. They'll feel, oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
how can you do that? Something like that. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And this is the first time I have a slight feeling that I enjoy this kind of feeling. And then I start to realize that, yeah, actually learning can overcome all of this. But this is just a starting point. This is just starting point. I didn't have a strong belief about this, about the learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after the PMR, then we also have the SPM subject. And in SPM, yeah, at this time I'm not sure whether I failed in the trial exam. I probably not. And it's quite smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did averagely. I did average, or I did above average in in trial exam of the SPM, the Leaving School of the Leaving School exam of the secondary school. And then I did better in the SPM. Yeah. In the real exam. And after that, I go to the college, and then this is the point that my academic results start to grow exponentially. I get the maybe a result is above 10%, or maybe it's above is 5% above. Yeah. Sorry, it's above 5. It's a top 5%, or maybe it's a top 10%. Yeah, and also in the degree also the same. Yeah, bachelor degree is also the same. Yeah. So that many people don't have the experience like me, came last in the exam, and then finally overcome it, and then at the first few years of your study life, you get a terrible result, and then at the end of the last few years of your study life, and then you get a very, very good result. If people have this kind of experience, they will believe they don't have to be talented in order to learn something. And another example is actually the coding, the programming. Do you think programming is hard to learn?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, actually it's not. This is actually the easiest thing I learned in my life. Why? Because you don't need to study anything. You just need to go inside and then try to code, try to write something, try to find something. And then if you want to achieve something and then you try to come out the solutions, you try to search online, you don't even need to remember any single functions. You can search all the things by using Google. Yeah, really. You can have zero knowledge and then you can start to code, you can start to programming, you can start to program something, create a program or something. Yeah, and you just need to keep doing research, and it takes time. Maybe it takes few 1 week, or maybe it take 1 month, something like that. Yeah, you don't need prior knowledge. Yeah. If I tell you you need there's one prior knowledge you need is about the logic. Yeah, you really need logic. But you can train logic during your programming. Yeah. And only after I start programming, my logic my logical skill improve also exponentially.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is the first one. And the second is actually linked to the first one. Yeah, because before I share, just now before I make the sharing, I kind of think like which is the best order to describe these two things. Yeah. And then the second one is, what is that? Is no pain, no gain. Yeah. Many people think that, okay, yeah, I know that even though you're not talented, you still can be success. You still can achieve success. You still can be successful. You can, through the learning, and then learn anything you want to learn, and then you can achieve your goals. But you need to be hardworking. You need to spend a lot of time inside. You need to like find hard. You need to do really hard so you can become successful. So that no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
But is it true? Not really. Yeah, I feel more pain in my early study life, but I feel less pain. Yeah, in my last few study life. Yeah, in my last few years of study life. Yeah, even though I get a better result, but I didn't feel stressed. I didn't feel pain. I enjoy the process. And then how about programming? I didn't feel stressed because I know at the end I eventually can do something that I want to do, even though there are 1,000 bugs, even though there are a million bugs. Eventually, I will fix all of them. It just takes time, and then you can learn something from this. Yeah. And then how about the work? Also the same. Yeah, no pain, no gains. Yeah, but this is but you also need to think like how to find way to enjoy your work life, and then how to something like avoid the risk of losing job, or avoid the risk of making some things very serious. So that means make something terrible. You need to avoid the risk. And we have one conversation in the past, which is how do you avoid the unknown risk, the risk of getting the risk arise from the unknown. And we talk about the application, and also we talk about the work. We talk about like the SOP, standard operating procedures, and then you need to standardize some things, and then you need to confirm with other people before make decision. You need to know who are the guys able to make decision. Maybe it's not you, so you don't decide everything. And the best way is ask confirmation from your top management, from your senior or from your management, so that you don't have any responsibility. So a job, especially in especially for the office job, this is the least risk job. Yeah. And then this is the I cannot say this is the most comfortable job, and then this is the most easy job. But it definitely is an easy job if you know the technique. Yeah. So you won't feel very stressed. Compared to like the sales, they need to hit the target. And maybe another factor is you feel stress is about the time. You need to spend long time at your work. This may come this is something that maybe you can overcome, you can fix, or maybe you cannot fix. Like in China, 996 work schedule, this is something that you cannot fix. But if this is related to your efficiency, then you can fix, you can improve yourself. You can make it automate. You make it automate, and then you improve your efficiency, and then you reduce your working times. So this is something you can fix. And then back to the no pain, no gain. And at the end, you realize that if you can enjoy in your learning at the part, and you'll be more successful. And then you'll feel happier. The later one is, of course, it's true. Because other people feel stressed, you didn't feel stressed. And then of course you'll be happier. But here, what I want to say is you shift your focus. You need to shift your focus. How to get the thing done, and how to like allocate the risk, and then pass the risk to other people. And other people also pass the risk to their senior, and the top management will also pass the risk to the shareholder. And then the shareholder is the only one person need to take the business risk because they invest their money. And then okay, this is the second point. And then the third point is also linked to the second point, is the investment. The attitude to investment. Many people have a wrong belief, or maybe have something unbelievable general belief about the attitude to investments. Some people think that if you ask some senior, some old guys, some elderly about investment, you ask them to do investment, or maybe when you heard about some people share an investment tips or share an investment ticker to them, and the first questions they will ask is whether it will earn money. Can it earn money? Can these things make money? They'll ask this first question. And then when they really start to do the investing, and then they were getting brainwashed, and they'll say, investing has risk. Investing can risk. So it can be fused. So maybe they invest in some things, for example, like a money game, and then they also pursuing other people to join. And then if something fails, they will tell the person they have introduced, say, investment has risk. So of course investment has risk, but you can allocate, and you can adjust your position sizing in order to reduce your risk, in order to mitigate the risk. And then you don't all in. You don't put everything into investment. No matter it is no matter it is the single ticker or maybe it is the market, yeah, you still need to have some backup, which is your saving. And this is about the attitude to investments. The first things, investment must be earn money. Yeah, when you do investment, it must earn money. It doesn't make sense because investment is a risky activities. There is no guarantee you can earn money. Even like you doing a business and you actually you are a business owner at the same time you are an investor because you put in your initial capital. Unless you ask other people to fund your business, you're doing a funding, and other people invest your business, and then you didn't pay a single cent. Yeah. And the investment is not only relate to the money, and also it relate to the time, it relate to the energy, it relate to the attention. And there are some opportunity costs here. For example, even though you are a business owner, and then you ask people funds your business, and then you didn't pay a single cent, but you still pay your time, you still pay your energy, you still pay your attention into the business. And if the business fail, it may maybe you lose a few years. Yeah, you lost a few years effort in your business. So you need to start again. Or maybe you need somebody didn't believe you, some people don't believe you anymore. And then you cannot do a startup, you cannot get a funding, you need to go to the labor market and then find a job. But you, because of maybe you don't have the experience and then the skill that other people want, that other company wants, so you may find hard to get a job. Because maybe the company don't want an entrepreneur to work under them. They want a worker. They want a person that can listen to the instructions and then maybe quote unquote less creative. Yeah, less creative, so that they can follow instruction. They can do something other people told them to do, and then they won't something like make something wrong or make something into trouble if they do something different. So some company want this kind of employee, and then if you were entrepreneur in the past, they wouldn't hire you. Maybe I'm not sure. But maybe the experience also, the experience and then the thing you learn from a business also can help the company to grow. Yeah. So it depends. But here, what I want to say is, you actually you invest your time in the particular things, and then maybe the ending is not good. The ending is not good, and then after that you want to find a job, but you cannot utilize your experience, you cannot utilize the skill you have learned, you have trained, and you actually can use your time to train yourself and then to build a skill that most of the company wants. So this is something like a general skill, some hard skill that company prefer. But because you invest your time in other things, so you don't have many times you don't have much time invest in the thing the company wants you to have. This is something that I want to say. So there's an opportunity cost. So this is just about the attitude to investment, not only about your times, not only about your money, and also about your time. Okay. And this third point also can be linked to the fourth point. The fourth point is long-term investment. This long-term investment is just talking about the money. Yeah. And then many people actually know that. Yeah, many people know that long-term investment is safer than short-term investment. This is true. Yeah, this is a good belief. But there's something that other people don't know, which is you can't really do a long-term investment if you don't understand something, if you didn't get enough convictions. For example, you invest in Tesla, or you invest in Apple, you invest in any other ticker, even though it's a cryptocurrency. And how can you hold the ticker? How can you hold your positions for a few years, for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or maybe 10 years, 20 years? How can you do that if you didn't get enough convictions? A major drop, if there's a drop, if the price suddenly drops drastically, just like what we saw in cryptocurrency markets. Yeah, nowadays, drop more than like 50% or 60%.
Yeah.
How can the people still hold their position if they don't have enough conviction, if they don't have the knowledge to support them, the knowledge behind, in order to support your conviction?
Yeah.
How can you still hold it? You can't. You really can't. So this is not that easy. And you just need to buy in and hold for a long time. You can't do that. You really can't do that. It's not that easy. So that means the long-term investments have two factors here. The first is you need to hold it, and then the second, you need to have the knowledge behind to support your holding.
Yeah.
And then many people are not able to make a long-term investment, or are not able to make the investment long. It's not because they don't have the holding power. It's because they don't have the knowledge behind. They don't have the knowledge to support their holding. Of course, about the holding is about the knowledge. They don't have knowledge, and most of people also don't have the ability to hold something, because they don't know about the portfolio management. They don't know how to manage their sizing. They invest everything into a particular ticker, or invest everything into the market, and they don't have backup. They don't have saving, and when they need money, they have to monetize. They have to realize their loss. And then when the time they realize their loss, the price start to rise. And then many people like to all in. And even though many people know that dollar cost averaging is a relatively optimal solution, optimal strategy for most of people. Even though many people know about dollar cost averaging, but they don't use. They like to believe their maybe their what they call the intuitions. They like to believe their intuitions, and they like to believe they have the ability to spot, to time the market. So that we have another quote in investing, which is, don't time the market, time in the market. And this is the fourth point, and then it also linked to the fifth point. Which is making money from a long-term investment. Do you think making money from a long-term investment is easy or not?
I think it's easier than short term.
It's easier than short term, but is it easy?
If you can hold it.
What?
If we can hold it, and I think we can make money, but it also depends on more or less, right? How much you can earn.
Mm.
Yeah, if you only say make money, I think is easy.
Mm. Yeah, and actually, the general belief most people have is making money from a long-term investment is easy, and the investment gurus will also tell you, yeah, don't do short-term investment, just do long-term investment, and you will earn money eventually. Yeah, but this eventually maybe is 5 years later, maybe it's 10 years later,
Mm.
maybe it's 20 years later. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the easy here I mean is not how much money you can earn. I'm talking about whether you are able to earn money or whether you are suffer loss. I'm just talking about this. I didn't
Mm.
talk about the quantity of the amount of the money you earn.
Yeah.
And okay, and why I will say it's unbelievable about the belief which the making money from long-term investment is easy. And actually making money from long-term investment is not easy. Even just even you just holding the ticker, your position, sorry. Even you just holding your position, it's not that easy. There's a lot of what is they call uh the temptation. Okay, the temptation to sell your positions. And also there are a lot of there are a lot of temptation
Mm.
to sell your position when the price maybe at an all-time high, or maybe at a relatively high range.
Mm.
Yeah, and I know some people they do dollar cost averaging, and then they have knowledge about investment, they have knowledge about the ticker. Yeah, okay, and they hold, and then they use dollar cost averaging, and then they spend 1 year to do dollar cost averaging to do the investment,
Mm.
and then when the price start to rise a little bit, maybe 10% or 20%. Okay, the case the case I'm talking is actually is a real case,
Yeah.
which I know from a YouTuber, and he invests in cryptocurrency markets for more than 4 years, and then
Mm.
for the first 2 years, he step he suffer from a lot of trap, yeah, losing a lot of money,
Mm.
and then from 2 years ago, 2019, he start
Yeah.
to do dollar cost averaging. Yeah, and 2019 is a relatively low range price in cryptocurrency market. And then at that time, he start to do the dollar cost averaging. This is actually the best timing to start dollar cost averaging.
Mm.
Yeah, and then he do dollar cost averaging, and then when the price start to rise, which is in October 2020, around October 2020,
Yeah.
the price break the price break break resistance, we know about something like the resistance and also the support, even though this is a subjective idea. Yeah, but because he saw the price break the resistance, and then he think that the price will come back. So he sell his position,
Mm.
and he just earns like maybe like 10%. Well, I think maybe it's 20 or 30%, 20 or 30% from their investment. And then
Yeah.
after he saw price start to rise from the price he saw at, which is at about 15K, start to break the all-time high 20K, and then start to rise 20K, 30K, and then he overcome his emotion, okay, and then he start to re-enter the market at around 30K. Yeah, at around 30K. And of course, the price start to rise. This is something we know. Start to rise to 60K, and then at this time, they also add in some more money because dollar cost averaging.
Yeah.
And then now you see the price drop back to around 30K. So if you kind of like look at these 2 years time frames, he didn't earn a lot of money. Yeah. Even though they know a lot of things, they know about holding. Yeah, they know how to adjust their position sizing, and they know about knowledge. They have a huge conviction about the Bitcoin, about the future of Bitcoin or the future of the cryptocurrency. But it's not that easy.
Yep.
Even though you just need to hold, it's not that easy. You need to overcome a lot of temptations. Yeah, and you need to overcome your emotions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it's greedy or scared, right?
Yeah, it's fear. Yeah, we call greedy and fear.
Oh.
Yeah. And at the end of the investing, it's just about train your emotion. Yeah. Train to become rational. Train to isolate your emotions outside of the investment market.
Yeah.
This is really, really hard to do, and there's no endpoint. There's no something like the destination. You can keep improving and keep improving. Yeah, and also, even though you have trends become this kind of person, but does it mean that you can earn money? No, because you can make wrong decisions. Even though you have knowledge about what you're holding and you're willing to hold, but something that you cannot expect, something that you cannot predict, something can fail. Yeah. So just at the point I mentioned, the attitude to investments. Investment is risky event, is risky activities. There's no guarantee you can earn money from investments. Yeah. So all of these, the third point, attitude to investment, and then the fourth point, long-term some facts about long-term investment, which is the knowledge and holding, and then this big point, making money from a long-term investment is not easy. All these 3 points is linked together. Yeah. So there are a lot of factors that can make you suffer loss from a long-term investment. So if you're still earning money, if you're still making money, you need to feel appreciate. And also we have some general bias, which is the risk aversion, or we call the loss aversions. Yeah. And this happens on my girlfriend. Yeah. And she also do investment, but she didn't manage well on the position sizing, and her dollar cost averaging investments is just little, using Malaysian ringgit to do investment. But she also do trading. Yeah. And then she used a lot of money to do trading. It's something like her life saving to do trading. Yeah, and I told her a lot of times. And when the Ethereum hit the all-time high, which is around 4,400, yeah, and he earns like he earned around 20 20 to 25% in 1 month.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I told her, when Ethereum price rise from 2,000 to 4,000, it is 100% gain. But how come you can only earn 20% from this rally? Yeah, and then I asked her to reduce her position, and then he did. Yeah, so she sell some before the price start to drop drastically, and then at that time she's still on profits a few thousands.
Yeah.
Initially she had profits about, if I'm not wrong, wait a minute, I do some calculation. Okay, the maximum paper profits she got is around 4,000 Sing dollar. Yeah, and then after she saw that, after she saw their positions, when the price start to crash, she still have around 1,800 paper profits. Yeah. But because she saw but because she have sold the position, so it become the realized profit. It become the realized profit. And then she can quit the market. Yeah. And then now she earns 1,800. And then when in this 1 month, in this 1 month, which is the May to which is the start from the third week of May to now, to around the third week of June. Yeah, we know how the market works. We know how the market reacts. Yeah, and she still keep doing trading. And then if you saw about the chart, and then you'll see, wow, this is a wonderful trading opportunity, because the price something like fluctuate between the range. Yeah. So for example, like the Bitcoin,
32 to 40.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah. So can you imagine if you buy at something like 33, we are not aiming the lowest point. We're aiming like 33, 34, and we also not aiming to sell at the highest point. We aim to sell at like 37, 38, and then within a day, maybe within a day you can have 2 times. You can earn 2 times. Yeah. So this fluctuation is really unbelievable. Yeah. And then I also have a thought, wow, in this 1 month, if I do trading, I sell at this point, I sell at this point, and then I buy at this point, and then I can earn how much money. And then I do some I do some roughly calculation. If you let's say if you sell at, okay, if the profits, if the spread is 10%, so let's say what's 10%, for example, you buy at 33, and then you sell at something like 36.3 thousand, so it's 10%, right? 10% spread, and you keep buy at the 33K, and then you keep selling at the 36.3K. You keep earning the 10%, and then within a month you can earn maybe 50% or 60% profits. Just doing this kind of trading. Yeah, but but it's not that easy, you know. And what my girlfriend do, and she also do trading, but she turns her profit from around 1,800 Sing dollar to now is around 600 loss. Yeah, or 700 loss.
How come?
Yeah, so trading is not easy. Yeah, trading is not that easy. Yeah, even though it seems easy, but it's not easy. Yeah. Yeah, and then
Okay.
and then because I provide her some advice about the trading, and then I have one hedging hedging strategy,
Yeah.
which you can earn. You can do trading without taking risk. Yeah, zero risk, really zero risk, because you do some hedging. And then
Mm.
few months ago, the annualized returns is around 20+%, between 20+% to 30%. These are annualized returns. But now, but if you're using the spread, currently, there's no returns. Yeah, there's no return. So that means this trading strategy is only work in a bull market, when the price at the higher range. Yeah, so you can use some trading strategy to earn quote unquote the free money. Yeah, if this is zero risk from a market's perspective, but this is you also need to take some risk. Maybe the exchange will fail. Yeah, maybe a platform you invest, maybe a platform you are using run away, take your money. This is about the counterparty risk. So you still have some risk, but from the market, but you have zero market risk. You have zero market risk. So that means whether the price increase or whether the price drop,
Mm.
you won't lose money. You still can earn money. Yeah. So this is something like this is something like how the strategy work. And then from that strategy, she earns some money, around 500 plus Sing dollar.
Mm.
Yeah. And then 1 month ago, I told her,
Yeah.
yeah, because she keep doing the trading, and the frequency of the order is quite high. The frequency of the order execution is quite high. I also quite worrying, and then yeah, I also told her. I told her, yeah, maybe one day, maybe one day you will lose the money that you earn from doing cash and carry.
Mm.
Which is the which is a hedging trading strategy. Yeah, and now, yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. Hmm. And she quite frustrated now. These few days. Hmm.
Mm.
uh, so yeah, and you can see when she earns like around 3,000 plus Sing dollar,
Yeah.
she feel nothing. And now when she lost a few hundred Sing dollar, and she feel very frustrated, and then she seems she tell like, what is the meaning? What is the meaning of doing this? What is the meaning of life? Yeah, I work so hard to earn money, but now I lost 500 plus, which is 500 plus Sing dollar, which is maybe is something like the money I cannot save. The money I cannot save in a month. Yeah, I need to use like maybe a few months in order to save like this few hundred Sing dollar. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
So this is about trading, training. Trading.
Yeah.
It also is about the investment. It's also is
Mm.
about investing. Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
even though you do trading, and yeah, we know trading is even riskier. But investing, even though it's less riskier than trading, it also something similar we can refer. We can have a reference. Mm,
Mm.
yeah. Okay, so this is all I want to share in today.
Mm. Yeah. Good sharing. And then for the first one, talent.
Mm,
Uh, Actually, recently I saw a piece of information talk about related to this one.
mm,
Um, but it is the opposite. It is something like uh, the the score in our exam, which 58% is uh is 58% depends on our something like genes. So it's also something like talents.
Can you say it again? What depend on genes? What
The
result depend on genes?
the exam result. Yeah,
Okay.
50% is depending on genes. But for that information, I didn't go to do further research, or I didn't click in. Yeah, I just saw that it mentioned that uh, the genes and so I think for genes they mentioned is also something like the talents here, right?
Yeah. It must be incorrect, and it must be a mislead article. You don't need to spend your time to read. Yeah.
Mm,
Or maybe you
yeah,
can read and see how the article write.
yeah.
How the
Mm,
article say.
mm,
But it must be incorrect information. I
mm,
totally don't believe this kind of thing because I have the experience. Yeah.
mm, yeah.
And if maybe I will say if like infantry, and then I feel the exams, and then at that time because at that time it's quite coincidence that I decided to quit the game, to quit computer game.
Mm,
And then if at that time I still addicted to the computer games, and maybe I will think, yeah, nothing a big deal. I can enjoy my life in the games. I don't need to
mm,
care about this real life. Yeah. So more or less you have this kind of uh thinking when you
mm,
addicted into something.
yeah.
And then if at that time, yeah, because many factor involved, and because at that time I didn't quit from playing computer games, and then maybe at that times I still play the computer game, and then I didn't work hard. I didn't try to like overcome my disadvantage, and then try to turn my disadvantage become become the advantage. I didn't. I still feel the exam. I still feel the history exams, and then there's no starting point. And then maybe after that, there's no starting point. Let me to realize that actually learning can overcome everything. Not everything, but most of the things.
Mm,
Yeah, most of the
yeah.
things. Yeah. So and also one of the factor there is I uh I'm in love. Yeah. I'm not sure whether I use the proper terms, but the girl don't know. But the girl don't have any knowledge about me, but I have full knowledge about her. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like her, and then and she's in the and she's quite sorry she's in the first few class.
Mm,
I mean, yeah, the rank. I mean the rank.
yeah.
So and I can and yeah, I can estimate, I can predict that after after the PMR, after Form 4, she will also in the first few top class. And
Mm,
if I if I cannot get a good result, how can I stay in the same class with her? Mm,
mm, yeah.
yeah, yeah. But at that time, we are not at the same class. Mm. Yeah, in Form 3, we are not at the same class, and in Form 4, we are in the same class. Mm.
Mm,
Yeah, so there are many factors. There are many factors from to push me at the very very first point, the starting point, to start
mm,
realize these things.
yeah.
And if let's say if at that time I didn't work hard, and then I didn't start my learning journey, and then I get a normal result, an average result in SPM, and also I get an average result in A level, in in bachelor degree, and yeah, and this is another story. Yeah, it's another story. So you can have two ways. You can two ways, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Mm.
And also, you don't have to be talented in order to learn something well, in order to do something great, which allow you to earn some returns, which means returns greater than the cost, which is something that I refer. Something I refer here is actually there's a technical terms, which is something we learn from the atomic habit, which is the something called the plateau of latence or something like that.
Mm.
I think it's the plateaus of latence. Yeah, I totally forget it. I totally forget how the technical terms. But this is a graph. I believe you still remember.
Mm.
One line is a there are two lines in the graph. One is linear lines, and another is exponential lines. And exponential lines is your learning. Is something that your results is something your returns, and then the linear is maybe your expectations, and also it could be your cost. It depends how you interpret the graph. Let's say it's the expectations, and for a long time at the beginning, your growth, your result is much lesser, is much lower than your expectation.
Mm.
So feel
Yep.
depressed. And then only after the exponential line cross the linear line, and then you start to see your returns, your result is much higher than your expectation.
Mm. Yep.
And if you change the expectation line, which is the linear line, to your cost, to the time, to the energy, to attention you spend in, maybe your money you spend in, there's a cost. There's a cost, and only close the break evens, only close the break even point, you start to earning, you start to
Mm.
make money, you start to can gain returns. Maybe the returns, maybe a result here in terms of happiness.
Yep.
Maybe in terms of efficiency. It could be anything. Yeah. Yeah. And if you tell people 58% of something relate to your genes, and you can never overcome it, and you can never overcome it, and then why people still want to work hard, why people still want to find some way to achieve their goal.
Mm.
And by knowing this fact, even though this is the fact, but by knowing this fact, it will demotivate you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
uh, another what is it called? Another interpretation about this information. Okay, even though 58% of gene really gene really does matter. Gene
Mm.
really does matter. Just like about your base happiness level, 58% is depend on gene. 10% depend on the external environment. Yeah. And 40% depend on internal, on yourself. You can change,
Mm.
you can do something. Yeah. But it means that you still have the chance to improve yourself. You still have
Yeah.
a chance to increase your base happiness level. So in this
Mm.
case, even though 58% of gene already decides your base academic results, okay, but you still can do something to
Yeah.
increase your result, to increase the mark.
Yeah, it is not something we should focus on, right?
Yeah. And really, to get A is not that difficult. Yeah, and also, for example, to get a first class honor in bachelor degree is also not that difficult. Because why? We have 12 subjects. If you minus out the first year subject, and if you just calculate the second year and third year subject, which is you got X subject, you just need to get 5 out of 8, and above this 5 out of 8, above 70, not above 80, not above 90, not hundreds. Yeah, it's just above 70. And then 5 out of 8, only 5 out of 8. Yeah, only 5 out of 8, and then above 70, then you get first class honor. Is it really hard? Maybe yes, maybe no. And in second year, after I acknowledge my academic result in second year, and then I do some correction. Oh, now I only get 3. I only so I'm not sure whether it's 3 or 4. I think it's 4. If I'm not wrong, I think it's 4. Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, it's 4. Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah.
Okay, I get 4. I already get 4 out of 8, which above 70. So I just need to get one more subject above 70, so I can get first class honor.
Yeah.
So in second year, and in first year is something like you got 4 subjects, and then each represent 0.5. So that means you need to get 4 of them above 70. So we can so you can calculate at 2. Yeah, 0.5 plus 0.5 equal to 1. So if you get 4, you get 2.
Yeah.
And if you get 2 above 70, so you get 1. And in second year, I get 2. In first year, I also get 2. So now I got 4. So I just need to get 1 more. But how about the results of the academic result of my third year subjects? I get 3A. Yeah, 3 above 70. Yeah, so 4 plus 3 is 7. So I just required to get 5. I just required to get 5. But now I get 7. It's more than enough. Okay, so do you have anything to add in?
No.
Okay, so that's all for our today conversation. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversation? Please tell us what you think about our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistakes that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.